Hey, family, how y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Messages in the Madness with yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Sunday, 8 o'clock. I'm here, you're here. I appreciate you being here too. Hope you had a great week, a great weekend, and I pray that you got a great week ahead of you. I'm here, happy to be here. They done added some more stuff to my screen, which I don't know why they did that, but every time I look up, they're doing something different. So, I'm happy to announce that we added one more to our where we're broadcasting. We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on YouTube, and now I'm even broadcasting on TikTok. So hey, old man coming into the new. Yes, sir. Uh-huh. My grandkids may accidentally stumble across me and be like, "Dad, Papa, we didn't know you could actually speak." I'm like, "Yeah, leave me alone." So, hey, Miss Charlotte. Hey, Mr. Ned, how you doing? Welcome. Hey, Annette, good to see you as well. So thank y'all for stopping in. Merry Christmas, everybody. So I got all the Christmas, all the holiday stuff right there. Yep, I didn't forget nobody because hey, I got everybody there. So hey, cousin Barbara, good to see you again. Like I said, we're broadcasting tonight on YouTube, Facebook, I almost got Instagram. I got to figure that one out. And yeah, new to the family, TikTok. So there's that. So it's really, really good. Brother James, good to see you, my friend. Always great to see you. So special shout out to, and I'm gonna ask for some prayers for our sister Coley. Her situation is a little different to this evening, so we're gonna pray for her and her healing. I see all y'all popping in tonight. Thank you very much. But we're gonna get to Roger. Good to see you. You and Jaden. Hope all is well. Merry Christmas. Hey, baby girl, my daughter, Miss Classic Gemini. So make sure you hit like a love, share the message if you will. Again, happy holidays. I still say Merry Christmas. So there you go. So the title of the show tonight, it doesn't matter who was wrong. Let's get past it. Baby sis, good to see you. Yes, I am. Always glad to see you. But the title again is It Doesn't Matter Who Was Wrong. Let's Get Past It. So what I'm talking about tonight is forgiveness. And this is the season for forgiveness. Well, every day is a season for forgiveness. I read it somewhere that we should forgive people 70 and 7. 70 and 7. I looked it up in the Bible. Did you know that there are 92 verses in the Bible about forgiveness? Why is that? 92 verses. And then to this week, I've been involved in some life coaching conversations to try to help a family mend. I'll put it to you like that. So, and I could speak to that because I've had some challenges in my life also where I had to just take and forgive, but I couldn't. I had to forgive me before I could forgive them. So I had to forgive myself, and then I moved on to forgive them. So again, for those of y'all that are just joining, and again, welcome TikTok family. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Messages in the Madness. I'm your host, Vernon Longhorn Davis, and tonight we're diving into a topic that hits close to home for many of us. It does. It's about, like I said, forgiveness, forgiving ourselves and forgiving others. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever caught yourself avoiding someone because of something that happened years ago? Yeah, sometimes it's many years ago. Or maybe you're holding onto guilt about something you said or did that you just can't seem to let go of. That does happen, doesn't it? Hey, Miss Marion. Yeah, maybe you're holding on to maybe you're holding on to onto guilt or a grudge or something. You're holding that hot rock in your hand, waiting to throw it at somebody. Maybe it was something you said or did, or something that somebody said or did to you that you just can't seem to let go of. If you're if you felt that way, I know I have. You're not alone. You're not alone. James says, it's so we don't forget to it's so we don't forget to forgive. That's why it's in there 92 times. Thank you, James. I appreciate that. Hey, Miss Marion. Hey, Miss Coley. Good to see you. Miss Coley, the name of the show tonight is It Doesn't Matter Who Was Wrong. Let's Get Past It. So, again, here's the thing, those unresolved emotions, whether it's anger, regret, or shame, have a way of robbing us of our peace. And tonight we're going to talk about getting that peace back. You need your peace. One of the most peaceful people I know, well, two of the most peaceful people I know are on this show right now watching tonight. They don't let nothing disrupt. They don't let nothing disrupt their peace. Yeah, that's baby sis. And y'all know Miss Nanette. Yeah, she don't let nothing disrupt her peace. I don't care what's going on. But just a quick story. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Okay. So years ago, I had a falling out. I'm not gonna say with who, with someone who was, I'll just say, a very good friend. Let's just say a family member. Hey, daughter, good to see you, Miss Shanice. It was one of those misunderstandings that spiraled into a full-blown feud. It was crazy. It was stupid. For years, we didn't talk. We didn't talk. Every time their name came up, it was like yeah, it was like ripping open a new wound, the old wound. And then one day I asked myself, why am I still carrying this? Why am I going through this? Why am I doing this? I'm only hurting me. They don't even know. They don't, they might know, they might not know, but why am I carrying this? That's when I realized that holding on to that grudge wasn't just about them. It was about me. I needed to let go for my own well-being. I needed to move forward and I couldn't move forward because I was stuck right here. I was stuck right here and it was disturbing my peace. Sometimes it would even disturb my sleep. So I reached out. They answered the phone. We had a conversation. We discussed what happened. And I told them how I felt about it. Yeah, I let it all out. I just told them like it was. And you know what? It didn't matter who was wrong. It didn't matter who was right. What mattered was that we both wanted to move forward. We both wanted to find our own peace. And we need peace. I know they say, this is the season of peace. It should be peace. But your inner peace is so important. It really is. You need that peace. And to have that peace of mind, sometimes, and you guys have heard me say it before, you got to climb the mountain naked. You got to drop all of the everything else that's around you. You got to drop it. You got to shed it. You got to let it go so that you can move forward. You can't climb the mountain with a backpack full of other stuff weighing you down. So you need your peace. DC Fluffy say, not the Libra in me. Don't see the benefits of holding on to something you can't control. I move on quickly because life is too short. And you're absolutely correct. In the car business, as y'all know, my day job, I'm in the car business. And there's a saying that we say, you control your controllables. Your variables, you just prepare to handle your variables. You can't control the variables. You just have to be able to do the best you can with those without getting all deep into that. DC Fluffy also says, exactly. You're carrying around that grudge is harming you more than them. That's the good to letting, that's the good to let it out and speak your piece so you both could get a better understanding, heal and move past that issue. I'm going to say amen twice to that because that's the truth. You got to move forward. You got to let it go. You got to have a conversation. And it's not a you did this and you did that and I did this and you did that. No, that's not a conversation. When we playing the blame game, you got to stop playing the blame game. You got to let that shit go. And quite frankly, instead of playing the blame game, how about, hey, I'm sorry for what happened in the past. can we move forward? Can we move forward? Is really that. And then once you move forward, you bury it. You bury it right there. And you don't bury it in a shallow grave so that every time you get a wild hair up your butt, you go back and you dig that back up real quick and start waving it around like a dead cat. You bury it in a deep hole. And then you throw the shovel in the river so you can't get it back again. And you let it go and you move on together. Take your piece and throw, the two pieces and throw it in that hole. Cover it up, bury it 8 feet deep, and then throw the damn thing off the bridge into the river, the shovel, and keep it moving. Because you can't move forward looking back. It just don't happen. You don't stand there and mourn over it. You bury it and you're done. And then you move forward. I know it's hard to let go of hurt. It's hard to let go of pain. But peace is so much better. It is. You got to let go for your own well being. And it took me a minute to even understand and appreciate that. I said, but I had to say to myself, I got to get this shit off me. James says, peace of the heart equals peace of the mind. I'm going to say amen to twice to that one too, James, because you're right. You're right. And forgiveness does matter. Forgiveness is power. Forgiveness is powerful. It's so powerful. Like I said earlier, for those of y'all that didn't hear, they mentioned forgiveness 92 times in that Bible you like to read. 92. Go pick your favorite one. It's there. Forgiveness is powerful. But let me be clear. Forgiveness isn't about saying what happened is okay or was okay. It's about saying, I'm not going to let this control me anymore. That's what it's saying. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of anger, resentment, or guilt. That's what it's saying. It's not saying what you did to me is okay or what I did to you is okay. It's not that. Don't confuse it. Don't don't get it twisted. It's not about that. When we hold onto grudges, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. That's ridiculous. That's ludicrous. But who really suffers? We do. Physically, emotionally, mentally. Doctors have proven that they've done these little studies and they have shown that holding on to anger can increase your stress, cause mental health issues, physical health issues. It might even shorten your life. So, who and what is worth you shortening your life for? Because you carrying around something that you need to let go. You need to let go of it. And the other, man, I'm about to go somewhere I shouldn't go tonight. I was looking for my bottle of water. But we got to let it go. There ain't nothing on this planet that you could be mad about that's worth shortening your life. Nothing. And if it is, I want to know what it is. Now, no, we're not here to do laundry tonight. We're not. We're not going to do laundry. We're not going to do he said, she said tonight. I'm going to give you the facts. I'm just going to tell you like it is. Because, see, We spend too much of our time going back and forth over conversations that happen that we cannot go back and change. That bell has rung. You cannot put the toothpaste back in the toothpaste back into the toothpaste bottle or whatever into the tube. You can't. It's out. It's done. This is what it is. Deal with it. Cody said it takes two to have a conversation. Both sides have to want to discuss, apologize, and forgive in order for the past to be buried once and for all. And let us not forget accepting accountability for the choices we made. I agree to that. I agree wholeheartedly. But you know where it starts at? Before you even have the conversation, you must forgive you for your part in whatever happened first. And before you can have that conversation, you must forgive them before you even start the conversation. Otherwise, you just yelling at each other. That's where you start. James says, "Hey, Anna, good to see you." Anna says, "Amen. I appreciate that." James says, "And it can and if what are you saying? And it can people who weren't involved to begin with." I'm sorry, James. I don't understand. You have to help a brother out on that one. But we got to do that. We got to do that first. I don't care who you are. You got to, I don't care who's wrong or who's right. Forgive yourself for your part in it, then forgive them before you even have the conversation. Again, I said that forgiveness is powerful. But let's be clear, forgiveness isn't saying what happened was okay. I'm not saying that. I'm not condoning that. It's about saying, I'm not going to let this control me anymore. I'm not going to let this control our relationship anymore. I want to be able to talk to you. I want to be able to see you. So then, therefore, I'm willing to put everything aside so that we can move forward and have a conversation. This is about freeing yourself from the weight of anger, resentment, guilt, animosity. That's what it's about. When we hold on to grudges, it's like I said, it's like drinking poison. Uh, I drank poison once. As a baby, I drank liquid Clorox. Maybe not Clorox, liquid drain cleaner. Yeah. So didn't mean to repeat myself. But is this means something a lot to me. Well, everything I talk to y'all about means a lot to me. And this right now is the season for us. We get ready to go into a new year. We got a lot of new stuff coming up next year that we don't know what we're getting into. We don't. But if we have the opportunity to lighten our load now, it make a big difference, won't it? At least I think it will. So I'm gonna tell you how. I'm gonna give you some things. Well, Annette, you say my whole conversation is you. You need to let go. Well, I'm gonna give you your flowers right now. At least you recognize you need to let go. That is the first step. Now, I don't know enough about your situation. I don't know about the enough about the situation that I was doing the life coaching situation with earlier. I don't know. And I don't claim to be clairvoyant. But you're not the only one going through. You're not the only one that's in this situation or have been in this situation. This is so I'm speaking what was given to me. Because see, this time of the year, there's a lot of folks spending time by themselves that don't need to be by themselves. That shouldn't be by themselves. But they're by themselves because of an issue that has transpired that has allowed them to be shunned. You're not forgotten. They're not forgotten. They're being shunned. They're being avoided for whatever the situation may be. And what I'm trying to help avoid is people having to live with the woulda, coulda, shouldas. I shoulda, I woulda did this, I shoulda did that, I coulda did this. I could have just said, hey, I'm sorry. Let's fix this. So let's talk about how to fix these things. There's some steps. There's 5 steps to forgiving others. If there's someone in your life who's wronged you, I want you to consider this process. Acknowledge the hurt, acknowledge the fact. Don't suppress it, acknowledge it. Recognize how the situation affected you. Understand the other person's perspective because, see, perspective is reality. That doesn't mean you agree with them, but understanding where they were coming from can soften the edges of your anger. Yeah. Decide, make a conscious decision to decide to forgive. Forgiveness is a choice. It's an act of will, not necessarily emotion. It's an act of will. It's something you decide to do. It's a present that you can give to someone. Then communicate. Now, I say communicate only if it's safe, okay, and appropriate. I'm not telling you to put yourself in a bad situation. Sometimes a conversation can bring clarity, but if that's not possible, consider writing them a letter that you don't send. But it's a way to release your emotions. James, I'm gonna save that comment for just. I'm gonna finish these 5, and I'm gonna save that just for a second. Last, number 5, let go of the outcome. Forgiveness isn't about you. It's not. It's not about you. It's not about them. I take that back. I said that wrong. Forgiveness is about you, not them. It's about you. It's selfish. You can give your forgiveness freely, and you can take their forgiveness freely if you choose to. And it's a choice. Now, whether they accept it or not, if you say, I forgive you, your peace is what matters. You've released yourself from that. You've dropped that hot rock. You've let that grudge go. You've buried that axe and not in somebody else's head. You've buried it and you left it on the ground and walked away from it. James says, forgive before you don't have a chance to forgive. There's more truth to that than you realize, James. And I'm going to be honest with you. I had someone pass away before I had a chance to tell them I forgave them. And I had to find a way to let that go. So, forgiving yourself. Now, That's a harder thing to do. That's a hard part. That's tough. Because for some odd reason, forgiving ourselves is tough. And it said in this book that I read that, there's a whole lot of forgiveness. And we are forgiven every day by something bigger and badder than we could ever be. Hmm. We're often our own worst critics. And what we do to ourselves is we torture ourselves. We replay mistakes over and over in our heads, and we're punishing ourselves long after the moment has passed, long after whatever you did is over. You still kicking your own ass. Remember last week we talked about stop kicking your own ass? You still kicking your own ass. But you can start by doing this. Own your mistakes. I did it. I own it. It's mine. Acknowledge what happened and take responsibility. Instead of you did, you did, you did, you did, you did. Remember the three fingers that's pointing back at you as you pointing to somebody else. If you made the damn mistake, own your mistakes. Learn from it. Ask yourself, what can I take away from this? Mistakes are life lessons. Some are disguised and some are not. Sometimes you get that life lesson immediately. And sometimes you get it later on when it comes back to you. Apologize if necessary. Hey, you know what? If your actions hurt someone else, apologize. It's a powerful step towards healing. I've apologized, and then people say, "Man, don't apologize for nothing that you do." No, I've done some things that deserved an apology. I've said some things that deserved an apology, and I own it because I did it and I said it. It wasn't no, well, I did this because you did that. We grown ass people. This ain't no tit for tat. I said it. I did it. I was wrong. Or maybe at the moment, I didn't think I was wrong. Apologize if necessary. If your actions hurt someone, apologize. That is power. And that is a very powerful part of healing. Be kind to yourself. Treat yourself the way you like for somebody to be treated, like you treat a friend who's struggling, a family member who's struggling. Be kind. Just as kind to yourself as you are to that person that's next to you that you don't even know, or next to that person that you do know. And then move forward. Once you've done the work, let it go. Move the old furniture out so you can make room for new. You deserve to move on. You deserve, I'm going to say it again. Yes, you deserve to move on. It may not be tit for tat, as Coley says, but every action results in a reaction. Yes, it does. But if you start a conversation and you start that conversation from a place of forgiveness and not from a place of, I'm preparing to say, I'm prepared to respond to what they say instead of listening to what they're saying, repeating it back to them, and then saying what you have to say. But reliving and rehashing what has already happened is futile. Learn from the mistake and then keep moving. That's how this works. DC Fluffy says, And when you apologize for your actions that hurt someone or caused a rift, try not repeating it because I can't stand insincere apologies. Just the words with no substance. Please keep that. And you're right. If your apology is not genuine, I don't want it. Nobody wants it. If you got to fake it, don't give it to me. James says apologies first can open the door for dialogue. Yes, they can. The phrase, hey, I apologize, means a lot. Can we talk about this? But you got to start with the apology first. Because guess what? If there's no apology, ain't nothing to talk about. Oh man, I am over by I guess I got a little passionate about this. Should we keep going, y'all? Y'all let me know if I should finish this. Well, it's not that long. We're gonna finish this up. I need you to restore your peace. Restore your peace. Restore your peace. When we forgive, we create room for peace in our lives. And that peace allows us to focus on what really matters. The relationship that brings us joy. The work that gives us purpose and the moment that makes life meaningful. Those moments, those little moments that make life meaningful. But you got to restore your peace. You got to restore the relationships. You got to restore yourself. If there's someone you haven't spoken to in years because of something that happened, ask yourself, is it worth it? Maybe it's time to send a text, make that call, or simply forgive them in your heart. Because, see, you can say, I'm sorry all day long, but if you don't mean it here, it means nothing. That means about as much as an empty can of pork and beans to a homeless man that's hungry. It's empty. It's not going to mean anything. It's not, that can's never going to be refilled. It's just not. And and it doesn't take much for you to do this. Pray about it, talk about it, figure it out before it's too late. And if you're holding on to guilt, remind yourself that you are human and you make mistakes. You made the mistake. You know it. Forgive yourself. Get your peace back. It doesn't matter who's wrong or who's right. Let's just get past this. We can't do nothing else until we get past this. Ain't nothing getting cooked in this kitchen until these dishes get washed. So, again, this is the holiday season. Yeah, James, you're right. Actions trumps words. They do. So, this is the holiday season. There's people who are spending time wishing that they could be a part of what is going on with you, and vice versa. But there's an axe to grind. There's grudges. There's people upset. Um, there's people with their feelings hurt. Forgive yourself and then forgive them before you even have a conversation. But yeah, you're right. Empty cans, actions speak louder than words. You're absolutely right, Coley. But here's a challenge for you. Think about one person you can forgive. Maybe it's someone from your past, or maybe it's you. Maybe it's both. Maybe it's several. Take a moment and just think about them. You can forgive them without saying a word to them about it first. Take one step towards forgiveness this week. It's the gift that you can give that doesn't cost you a dime, but the rewards from it are uncountable. They're unmeasurable. When you get that monkey off your back. So whether you write a letter or have a conversation or just simply make a decision to let it go, do it. If you're a person of faith and you're having trouble doing it, ask God to help you to heal your heart. Ask God to help you to forgive before it's too late to forgive and they're gone. And then all you doing is speaking into the wind. You're wishing in one hand and doing whatever in the other hand because you can't give that to them now because they're not here. You don't need it. It is nothing like being too late. It's nothing like being too late. That's the reason why I show up early to everything that I do. They said, why are you early? Because I'd rather for you to be looking at me than looking for me. You just don't know how much time you got or they got. And tomorrow might be too damn late. And then you speaking to the spirit of that person. Now, if you that big, if you so big that you can't forgive, that's on you. But I serve somebody that's way bigger than me. And if they can forgive, I know I can. Run tell that. Basically, what I'm telling you, you better swallow your pride before it's choked the shit out of you. Take the one step towards forgiveness this week, today, right now. Make that decision and do it. It doesn't matter who was wrong. What matters is restoring your peace. That's all I got, y'all. Miss Coley, well, Miss Marion says, thanks so much for this message. This is something I really trying to accomplish. And I pray that you do, Miss Marion. I pray that you accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish. But I'm going to tell you right now in front of witnesses, forgive you first, then forgive them, and vice versa. And they have to do the same thing. Cody says, my days are numbered. I've been tired of trying for all of these years. Well, first of all, Cody, all of our days are numbered. Nobody knows how many of them we have. But make the best of them right now. That's not something. Don't take your forgiveness with you. So DC Fluffy says never too late. If they're gone, if they've gone on to glory, talk to them in the spirit. I think that's just as good because you forgave in your own time. I agree. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. James says, don't let it get chiseled in stone. You're right, James. Annette says, I forgive them, but my peace is to stay away from them. If that's what you got to do, then that's what you got to do. If you got to stay away, then you got to stay away. But you got your peace back. So she says, you were right. On God bless. My daughter's doing well and walking away from surgery. We're gonna say amen to that. We are glad your daughter's walking away is walking after surgery. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That's good. That's a good news message. Cousin Barbara say very powerful message. Thank you. Y'all know me. And man, sometimes I'm an emotional person. And sometimes it takes a little bit for me not to get emotional. Hey, baby K, forgiveness brings inner peace. Thanks for speaking on this subject. You are very welcome. I hope you share the message. So again, 'tis the season for a lot of things. Tis the season for a lot of things. And we wait, we running back and forth to Walmart and Amazon and JC Penney spending our money. How about we spend our love? How about we spend our patience? How about we spend some time on ourselves, forgiving ourselves? How about we forgive others? I think somewhere in a poem I read, it said, forgive our trespasses. Yeah, I am only human. And then it says, God bless you, all wisdom. Thank you. Baby sis says, Barbara, you took the words out of my mouth. Powerful, good message. Thank you. Wishing everyone a Merry Christmas and/or Happy Holidays. Yes. So y'all, I done went over by about 15 minutes tonight. I've usually been trying to keep this about 30. So thank y'all for hanging in there with me tonight. And welcome to our TikTok family that's watching. I don't know all two of y'all, I guess. I don't know who's watching or where they watching from right now. I can look over and see. But hey, we actually got somebody watching us on YouTube, so that's pretty cool. Guys, I don't do this for the go viral. I'll probably never go viral. But I do this for love. I do this because I love y'all. And I do this because every message that I bring, I think somebody somewhere needs it. It might be me. A lot of times I'll admit, sometimes it is for me. But sometimes, more often, it's for others. But I also recognize and understand that I'm not the only one that's going through. You may be too. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. Yeah. Don't forget to love yourself. Well, this has been Messages in the Madness with yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. Don't forget to love yourself, take care of yourself, respect yourself, love them kids, give them a hug for me, respect the vets, respect our vets. Until next Sunday, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. God bless y'all. Forgive, forgive, forgive. $2.